but he hasn't molested anyone in years. This is my first post here, so I apologize for any formatting issues. Let me share a bit of backstory. My older cousin abused me for 6 years, and he also hurt his brother and sister for 8 years. He was caught during his teenage years and went through the courts and rehabilitation. That was years ago. Now, he's married and has a son who is just a month older than my own. At the time, my son was nearing his first birthday when I received a call from my aunt. I was on speaking terms with her, but that would change. The call started off fine. "How's mom life?" she asked. "Pretty good," I replied. "I'm finally getting the hang of it." She excitedly mentioned that our sons were all born so close together and suggested a photo shoot after their birthdays. I froze. I had promised myself I would never allow my cousin around my children. My boyfriend had already made it clear he would protect us at all costs. "That sounds nice, but we're pretty broke, and I don't think I can make it to your city anytime soon," I said, trying to keep the peace. "Maybe we could come visit you," she suggested. "That wouldn't be a good idea," I replied. "We live in a small apartment with a roommate." "We could camp out in the living room," she insisted. "Nobody would be comfortable with that. Besides, he's not allowed around my son," I said firmly. "What do you mean he's not allowed around us? We're family," she exclaimed. "You, your husband, and everyone else can visit, but he will never be within 30 miles of my son. He lost that privilege when he chose to abuse me and your other children. But he hasn't done any of that in years. Can't we just forget about it? It happened so long ago," she argued. "Long ago was only about 6 years ago," I reminded her. She often avoided using the words abuse or molestation, opting for vague terms instead. No, I won't feel guilty for keeping a convicted child abuser away from my son. He may be reformed, but that doesn't erase his past actions. I won't risk my child's safety." "Well, what if we just show up at your door?" she challenged. "Then he better learn to run fast, because my boyfriend knows what he did to me and is ready to protect us," I said, my voice steady. "But we're family," she repeated. "You are. He isn't," I replied, and she hung up. I thought that was the end of it, but the next day, I received a call from an unknown number. "Hello?" I answered. "Hi, is this me?" "Yes, who's this?" "It's M's wife," she said. I had met her once at a wedding, and she hadn't spoken much then. "Hi, what's up?" I asked, unsure of where this was going. "We were talking about doing a photo shoot with our sons later this year. What do you think?" I hesitated. "It sounds nice, but there's no way. We're broke, and I don't want to travel with an infant. Even if we could coordinate it, I wouldn't want to take you away from your husband." "Well, he could come with," she suggested. "Not if you want me or my son there," I replied firmly. "Why are you doing this?" she asked, sounding frustrated. "Excuse me? We're trying to do something nice for you, and you're making it impossible. Besides, M is with me now. He's better," she insisted. At that point, I was done being polite. "Your husband abused me for 6 years. He is a child abuser, and he will never be allowed around my son. If you want to risk your child, that's your choice." I hung up. Thankfully, I didn't hear anything more on the subject. I did catch wind of some family murmurs, but most of my other cousins with kids understood, and my parents supported my decision. I felt a bit vindicated when M was caught in a scandal involving a minor about 9 months later. Thank you for listening to my story.